live. Hey everyone, how you doing? I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Let's get this off the screen. So, my Sunday's going all right. We had the time change in America last night, right? I think it was last night. So it is now like an hour earlier than my body thinks it is, right? So, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right. So I would like to talk about the usual, last couple of weeks we've been going over the little project I've got going in Unreal Engine. I would like to talk about what changed this week. So let's go ahead and head over there real quick. As soon as I figure out where it is. There it is. Big pink screen. All right, let's take a look and see what's changed since you guys last saw it. Okay, so there you go. We are sitting on, instead of the vision cone sitting on the player, it is now sitting on the camera. And this is what you would expect to see from a third-person shooter, right? This is what it should look like. You can see if I zoom all the way down to the floor, we've got the little circle around the camera. You shouldn't generally be able to see that too much unless you zoom down. So, but yeah. I want to talk about a couple of issues here that have kind of popped up, and I knew they were coming, especially when it comes to the minimap, which we haven't really started working on yet, but I knew it was a thing that was going to be an issue. So how best to describe this? Take a look. Let's see where, if I can get a good shot of it. Look right there, right there. Okay, look at the edge of the cone. You can see it is not circular. It's very flat. Let's see if I can get a cursor here. There we go. So it's very flat right across here, and then it curves in here, right? And the reason it's doing that is because if you look at the target, the cone area is getting cut off by the size of this texture, right? So it's hitting the edge of this. So no matter how far out I go with my, your little vision probes, if it hits the edge of the texture, that's as far as it's going to go. So effectively, and if you look at this guy right here, it's pretty claustrophobic, right? This is not nearly far enough for a third-person shooter to be able to see. That should be further out, much further out. So what the naive solution would be to make this a bigger texture, because we got to push this out a lot further, probably double or triple the size it currently is, so that it doesn't hit the edge, right? The problem, so that's problem number one, right? This texture is too small to effectively do a good vision system for a third-person shooter. Right? Because this is just, you're basically, if you can only see that far, you're in trouble, right? So, yeah, we need to push that out quite a bit. Let's turn that off. So there's your issue. There's one issue. The texture's too small. The second issue, though, is that the texture is simultaneously too big. So what do I mean by that? Take a look over here. This texture is 1800 by 1800, and it's 4 channels. So you can see it's red, green, blue, alpha, 8, which means there's 4 channels, red, green, blue, and alpha, each one consisting of 8 bits. Okay, so the way this works is you would have to multiply 1800 by 1800 by 4, and that gives you this number right here, which is almost 13 kilobytes, or sorry, almost 13 megabytes. That's ginormous for a texture. That's just way too large. So we really can't make this any bigger. It's already way too big, and yet at the same time we need to make it bigger for the thing. So it's a problem. And let me just say up front, no shade to the kind of the tutorial, not really tutorial, but guide that I was following that kind of suggested this method. They did an excellent job. We got this far because of that guide. So I'm not throwing shade at this person at all. Every system that exists can be tweaked and made better. And for the purposes of what he was doing, which was a top-down shooter, it was perfectly fine. For our purposes, it's not. It's, for our particular case, we need to do something different. So here's what I'm thinking. If I could get back over there. This is our texture. And what's happening here is we're taking that whole texture, all 4 channels, and we're dropping it into the texture object. And that's being fed into ultimately into the emissive color of the vision system. But if you think about what's happening there, we are essentially, well, let's go back over here. We are basically writing, where's this cone at? We're writing the, that's not it. There it is. So we're writing this triangle into this texture, but we're writing the same value 3 times. It's going into the red, green, and blue of that entire texture. The alpha is not being affected, right? So basically, it's writing a white texture, which is, if you know red, green, blue at all, it's 255 for each of red, green, and blue. Totally unnecessary to use all 3 channels for that. We only need 1 value. We need a single value, which we can then split up into all 3 of those channels, right? So what I'm going to do, and I haven't done this yet, so I don't know if it's going to work, but I think it should work. I'm going to change this from red, green, blue, alpha 8, and we're going to drop it down to a single channel, red 8. You can see it immediately drop down to 3 megabytes, which is still really large for a texture, but it's not out of the question, right? It's fine. It's fine. So we dropped by a factor of 4 right there. Now, if we run this, it's gonna malfunction. It's not gonna work. It's going to give you some kind of weird effects. The circle is working fine because that's fed into a different thing, but the vision system isn't working quite the way we want to. But that's because back over here in this texture, we're feeding, so you can see it's now red because there's only one channel, red. It's feeding into the texture object, which is then going through all this stuff. So what we want to do, what do I want to do? Let's do create vector. I think that's, or make vector. Is that what I want to do? Hang on a second. No, that's not what I want to do. I don't think that's what I want. Let me try this. That's not what I want either. Oh, let me think about this for a second here, guys. I think what I want is a float 4, right? Make float. Yeah, that'll work. So, okay. You can see what's happening here. There's 4 channels. They're feeding into red, green, blue, alpha, and then it's got an output. If we take this and feed it into here, hey, come here. Texture 2D is not compatible with float. What are we getting out of here? Texture 2D. Can we split this connector? Okay, I might have to think about this for a bit. We may not be able to do this on the fly. This is sort of what I want. So I want to take this channel and put it into these 3 things. And how do I get this value? Come here, you. Oh my gosh, what am I doing wrong here? Make float. Okay, float. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I don't want to spend a lot of time, but I think I'm sure there's a way to split that out. I would just have to figure it out. This is why I don't want to program in front of you guys, because sometimes something like that, this is what I want, right? And this is what we need to do. Go texture object value into this float. But yeah, you want each particular pixel to do that. So yeah, I don't want to do I don't think I want to do a for loop there. That would be, not sure what I would want to do there. Something like that, though. You want to take this and take this one color and split it into 4 colors. And turn this from red into white. And then from there, go into there. That's what we want. And I'm sure there's a way to do it. I can't, off the top of my head, figure it out. But yeah, that's what we would do. And then from there, it should work, right? So I think that's what I want to do. That'll help. That'll certainly get us to a lower number. But we still got to increase this because we're still too small for this to work. So I think what I want to do here is do some math where my little probes go out, they hit whatever they hit, and then we're going to shrink them to put them onto this mask. So say I go to 1,000, then we'll shrink them by a factor, maybe say 2. And so we'll draw this out to 500, and we'll do that. And then when we get over here to this loop here where we do prepare the triangles, what we'll do is we'll scale it back up again. So we would multiply these guys, probably actually under create cone, I would think, where we actually add them. Yeah, from right here, I would probably multiply by 2 and then add them into this trace results. So it'll scale down, and then we'll scale it back up again to actually create the mask. Would that work? No, because that would cause the text. No, that's not going to work. I think we would have to do it here. I feel like, yeah, we might have to do it here. Because if we do it here, it's just going to draw that cone here in its size. So yeah, there's some stuff that we can do. That's kind of where I'm going with all this. So yeah, I probably should have figured it out before I got on thing, but it was a busy week. I couldn't spend time. So yep, there you go. That's where things are at right now. I'll put this back for the moment, but that's where we're going to go with that. Where are you at? Red, green, blue, alpha 8. There we go. So yeah. Anyway, the camera itself is working. This is what you would expect to see from a third-person shooter, and bar the fact that it's far too close to the character. Yeah, it needs to be pushed out a lot further. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. I think it's working pretty well. I was going to change that circle to right now it's just being drawn. I was going to change that to be controlled by probes, just like we're doing with the vision cone. But I don't actually think it's necessary. I think it's fine the way it is. It's small enough that it shouldn't go through too many walls. If your walls are reasonably thick, I don't think it would be a problem. At least I hope not. And actually, it might be better this way, because that way you don't have to worry about rounding errors. And when you get right up close to stuff, it'll, like, see, this is happening right here a little bit. That kind of thing, where that's being caused by, I think, rounding issues. Not a big deal in a game, but because you're not even going to notice it, because we won't have this bright pink on the screen. But yeah. So, but this thing itself would actually fix that by, if you get into that corner, you would be able to draw that to your map. Anyway, that's what I'm going to be working on next week, I think. Is trying to get that fixed. I think it'll work. I just have to do a little bit of research on how to break out those pixels from and create a new texture map from it. So, yep. Anyway, there you go. That's enough of that. Sure. We'll save everything. All right. Hey, Evra. Good morning. How are you? Did y'all have the time change last night? Or I know everyone does it different. We had a time change last night here in the United States. I think the United States, Canada, maybe Mexico are all on the same schedule. So yeah, I'm all off by an hour. All right, let's go into career mode for this. So we got the shoe house and the skate park. We had it like a week ago. Yeah, I think you guys over there in Europe kind of all have it at the same time, right? Like England would be the same as you guys. I guess it would kind of be weird otherwise, because you'd have one section that didn't have a time change and another that did, and you might be I don't know. Maybe it'd work fine. Let's do something nice and easy. We'll start off with a warm-up. Clean the shoe house. Thank you so... try that again. Thank you so much for helping, ain't you a sugar? As nice as it is, having our play school in the forest, it does leave open to the elements, and the poor thing's now so mucky it's starting to rub off on the children. In the old days, we'd fill a few buckets and the children would do it themselves, top to bottom. Such fun, and most of them came to no harm. Nowadays, they're not even allowed on the roof, never mind down the guttering, before the parents get all angsty. If you could please come and give it a good wash down, that would be just wonderful. We're going to make $450. Let's see. Details, come on. So there's your details, and there's your message. There you go. All right, let's go start the job. How'd Halloween go? Went trick-or-treating? I did not go trick-or-treating, no. My children are now too old for trick or treat. They go to my oldest went to a party. She dressed up as Poison Ivy, and my youngest kind of hung out with a friend. So, but we got candy. I just went to the store and bought some candy. You know, we're not going to do Halloween without candy. So no, I didn't do anything for Halloween. Usually I pass out candy, but I didn't last night this year. Just because actually I wasn't feeling too good this week. I kind of had this. I was a little bit sick, so I didn't want to like pass out candy and stuff. So somebody's sick, so I didn't. But we bought candy, so got plenty of candy downstairs. How did yours go? Did you do anything? It's not really that big a thing here. We just went to the cemetery to light some candles. Oh. It's a bit of a big deal. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's something here. The kids have fun. A few years ago, the politicians changed our daylight savings time so that it actually usually falls before Halloween. It didn't this year just because Halloween happened to fall on a Friday. Which is annoying because, you know, all the little kids have to wait an extra hour to go trick-or-treating, which, you know, which is fine for the older ones, but the younger ones probably, you know, they need that time before they, you know, have to go to bed and stuff. I don't know. It was because apparently the stores can make more money if people have its light out later. I don't know what the hell this is. God forbid the stores not be able to make every last possible cent that they can possibly make. But yeah, damn politicians. We found it annoying because it happened right at the time when our kids were little. And, you know, usually the time they would go out, it would be dark by like 6. Now it's not dark until 7. So it was kind of annoying for us. So do you go to is it like, do you go to particular grave sites like family members and stuff, or is it just random? Hey, they made our first $2. Nope. Just a local place for the family and close friends. Okay, that's nice. That's actually that's pretty nice. I need to go down to the grave, the cemetery. I haven't been in a couple. Well, gosh, how long has it been? Like 3 weeks or something since I've been there. So as we speak, my youngest daughter is getting down all the Christmas decorations. She waited until November 2nd. It's too funny. I find it funny. The only thing is the Christmas tree. We use a fake tree because, you know, I don't want to kill trees. So it's in a box in the garage, and you can't get to it unless I move my car. So she made me move my car this morning. So she could get to the tree. She's in the process of setting it up right now. I thought I'd help her if she waited, but she said she already waited till November 2nd. Great. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. In our household, as soon as Halloween's over, it's time to put up the Christmas decorations. That was started by my wife. My wife was big into Christmas. She quite enjoyed it, so that was her tradition. As soon as Halloween was done, Christmas stuff came out. We usually don't start prepping until a few days before Christmas. Oh, yeah? No, we get all festive this early. I mean, there's no, like, gifts or anything under the tree. It's all set up. Yeah, I haven't even started Christmas shopping yet, and honestly, I won't probably for another month or so. Let's see, what's today? November? Yeah, probably about a month. But I do have to do my daughter's birthday, which is beginning of December, so we'll be doing that any minute now. Window, there we go. $19.09. How did I make $19.09? Hang on a second. That doesn't make any sense. What's going on there? $19.09? What the? Oh, this. Oh, because there's 11 windows. Okay, that makes sense. My mouse is off. Look at that. I thought it was being weird. I wonder why it's doing that. That's very strange. Huh. Hang on a second. I'm going to restart the game, guys. I'm just going to pull this down and restart it. Let's see if we can fix that little issue. I thought it was being strange when I was trying to hit menu items before. Let's see if it's working now. Yeah, now it's working fine. Okay, cool. We can't have a weird mouse. That's just not. That's not good. didn't really comment on it, but that's a pretty cool little, what do you call it, like a playhouse. It's pretty neat. In the stairs. I would have loved to have a playhouse like that when I was a kid. How much fun would that be? Haha. Okay, this banister little thingy is all messy. Okay, No. You will be clean. I guess we could talk about the games if you guys are interested. I don't know if you guys are interested in that. Like my ruminations on the games that I just played. I mean, it's a thing to talk about. Yeah, there's just mold and stuff on this. I see you in there. There we go. Noise. Excuse me. Store. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. The games went fine. No major issues. I guess I can go over them, you know, one at a time, like I've been doing. You know, if you guys don't care, let me know. I never know if you guys really want to hear what I'm saying about the games that I play. You know, I don't know if that's interesting at all or not. It's interesting to me, but that's because I'm playing them. I don't know if you guys care at all. Window. Ding. The frame is still messed up. Oh, I see you in there. Where is those? There we go. I went all the way around. Might not be tall enough. Fine. Yeah, I'm confused as to what's wrong with this window. Seems fine. What am I missing here? Is it underneath? It literally seems perfectly fine. What the hell? I see nothing. Nothing. Rat bastard. There you go. So, God of War. Let's start with God of War. Ragnarok. Which I do think I'm coming up on about 50% of the way done. I based that on other people's playthroughs. I kind of explained, I think, a week or two ago about how I gauge games that don't really have a completion percentage, like God of War doesn't really, not a full one anyway. I do it by looking at other people's playthroughs, but I don't look at anything past what I've played. I find out where they are in their playthrough and compare that to the total number of videos that they produced to finish the game. And based on that, you got a stinky butt. Well, that's very rude. Yeah, well, you can't come up with a good, suitable insult. That sounds like one of the children, I would imagine. So yeah, I think we're close to 50%. Maybe not quite 50%. Somewhere in the 40s, which is not too shabby. Spent my day in Alfheim today. Basically, didn't finish it. Like, it's not 100%, but it's pretty darn close. What's left, I don't think we can do right now, or at least it's harder than what I really wanted to deal with. I think right at the end of it, we hit a boss that just was kicking my butt. And I was like, I can't. Because by that time I'd already taken out three other bosses. Is that right? I mean, a pair, and then, although they technically aren't bosses, they're just part of a Yggdrasil rift. They're effectively bosses. And then another boss, the Phantom, what do you call that thing? A Phantom, something or other. A Light Phantom? Anyway, I'd taken that out, and so we got to this other boss, and he's harder than the other ones. And by that time, I was just like, I can't deal. I think I'm just gonna come back to him after I've built up a little bit of like equipment levels and stuff. Other than that, what's left in Alfheim is probably just stuff I can't quite do yet. I think the game is saying I'm about 85% done with Alfheim. That's not too shabby. We can effectively consider that done until we get to the cleanup stage of the game. But yeah, other than that, it went pretty well. No complaints. I mean, I got a lot of loot out of the thing, and we're now done with the optional area. We'll be heading back into the main story with the next episode. which should be significantly bigger. I think optional bits of a game are usually harder than the main story. In case you just want to mainline it. I know some people like to go through as fast as they can. Man, these wooden frames are hard. I'm not really sure at what point I'm going to get to the spot where I stopped. So if you guys are following God of War playthrough, you will know that I played it before on my own, like when it came out, whatever. I think it was in 2022, 2023, something like that. And I got pretty decent ways into the game, I guess. I'm not sure when we're going to hit that point because I don't really know when it really was. This frame, man. These wooden bits are difficult. I don't see anything wrong with it. It says there's a significant amount that's still dirty. What's up with that? Hang on. Oh, you rat bastards. Yeah, there sure is, but you can't see it. I wonder if I washed it down with soap. Hang on. Maybe we'll do that. Does that work? Yeah, kind of. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, that kind of works. I mean, more or less, sort of, kind of. Helps. There you go. Goodness gracious. Jeez. I did end up getting a trophy. I think it was this week or was it last week in God of War. The first one that I've gotten in this playthrough. Obviously, if you're playing for the first time, I would have gotten a lot of trophies up till now, but of course I've played it before. So I wasn't really expecting to get any trophies until we reached the point where I finished off the first time I played, but I picked up one. Apparently I didn't do something. I don't even remember what it was for. Something I didn't do in my original playthrough. I picked up this last week or maybe God, it's sad that I can't remember if it was just, yesterday or the day or the week before. Not sure what that means. But, yeah, I did pick up a trophy. So that's good. I don't know what the trophy situation is in God of War, whether there's stuff in there that I'm not going to do or not. We shall see. we go. Oh dear, these windows. So the second game is Saboteur. I ended up doing a mission for that one, but it turned out to be quite a short mission. It was only like, it was less than 10 minutes long. By the time I finished it, we were only like 8 minutes into the recording. So, like, cool. So I spent a good deal of time going through Paris 3, clearing out targets. I didn't finish Paris 3, but we came pretty darn close. And that's a big milestone, because once Paris 3 is done, that's the last of the really big areas. There are 3 more, I think, if I'm right about this. And they're each only about 40 targets or so. We're between like 30 and 50 targets. Quite small. So those, if we take one more episode to finish off Paris 3, which is perfectly reasonable, and then we do those, like, say, 2 episodes apiece, so that's 6 episodes. That's 7 in total, 7 total episodes left to clear out every single target in that game. And that's not too shabby, given that there were 1,400 targets to start with. It's crazy. And I am coming up on the end of Act 2 in that game, and Act 3 is very, very short. So that game's coming to an end. It's going to be here before we know it, probably by the end of the year. I like the story of that game. It's good. You know, for its time. Okay, what do we got going here? There we go. That wasn't too bad. So yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say about that game. I think I talked about the RDX bug a week or 2 ago, which is fine. It doesn't really affect anything. The only thing it affected was my ability to do that one perk, which I did it the way it's supposed to be done, or the way that everybody recommends it be done, which didn't work because of that bug, and then just went and, since I had done it the way it was supposed to be done, I went and bought the perk. that's how I handled that. So yeah. This one's already been cleaned. We're back around the other side. Wow, we went all the way around. Nice. Get this window. We only have 2 perks left in that game, which I may have mentioned last time, that I have not yet got. Neither one of them can I do right now, as far as I know. Okay, window frame is still messy. pretty good from that perspective. Not so much from this one. But yeah, I really feel like the loss of Pandemic Studios is like one of the biggest blows to the gaming industry like ever. That's such a great studio. They did so many good games. It's done. I guess it is. Okay, yeah. It's such a shame that they went down. Okay, what are we working on? Oh, more windows. Okay, let's do the window. Ding. Go. These wooden pieces, I tell you, they're going to be the death of me. Yeah, the window frame is like way dirty still. So yeah, the Saboteur I think is quickly coming to a conclusion. It's you can see that it's ramping up the narrative, which is fun. I like Sean. I want yogurt tube. I want a yogurt tube. Let's get it down, I guess. Sure. Johnny bit me. I ate his yogurt. Okay. Why are the children messaging me? Don't tell me about it. I just work here. What's wrong with this window frame? I think we need to get the ladder up. Ladder, come here. There we go. Aha! Let's see. Let's see if we can get on the other side of the ladder. Yeah, there we go. Sort of. Yay. Okay, I think you can get out of here. So, what's the next game? Oh yeah, Dragon Ball. I mean, what do you want me to say about Dragon Ball? Dragon Ball is Dragon Ball. I started working on the intermission. It went fine. I used the intermission to obviously do the intermission side quests. That's obviously the kind of the point of the intermission. And I did 2 today, or 2 yesterday, and out of I think there's 8 for this particular intermission. So I did 2 of them, but I also use it as an opportunity to like destroy bases, take out the villainous enemies that I can take out, do any training that is kind of sitting out ready to be done. Just like trophy hunt a little bit. I don't know if I did any trophy hunting yesterday, but I'm going to. Oh yeah, I did actually. I take it back. I did do a little bit of trophy stuff yesterday. Because there's one trophy, or there's actually 3 trophies connected to the crafting system that I haven't even started yet. And I actually don't think you can start until intermission 3, or possibly you could start it in that 3rd story, but I'm not sure. Ah, come on. Come on, you can do it. Let's see, do we have a inventory? It's our extension. No, we're as close as we can get. Okay. Little tongue thingies sticking out underneath. Difficult. I'm already down as far as I can go. Okay. That's fine. So yeah, that's a game. So we finished 3 stories out of 4 for the base game. And then there's a total of 8 DLCs. I think I said yesterday there was 8 that were released and 2 more coming. That's wrong. There's 6 DLCs released and 2 more coming, and as far as I know, that's it. I don't know if they're going to be doing any more. So yeah, we'll eventually do all, because I think those last 2 DLCs are coming pretty soon, I want to say. I thought they were coming this year, but maybe it's next year. Hopefully it's not too long, because I don't want to have to like stop the game and then go back to it to do the DLCs. That would be annoying. So yeah, we've finished 3 stories. We'll be starting the 4th as soon as I finish the intermission, which will probably take a few episodes. Ding. Such a satisfying ding. Let's see, this shoelace is definitely not clean. Hey, come on, you can do it. Oh, I had a perfect lineup. Oh, wait, hang on. Ding. These shoelaces are making my life difficult. So yeah, we'll see how Story 4 goes when I get it started with it. Like I say, it'll probably be 3 or 4 weeks before we finish the intermission. I'm kind of loosely targeting 2 missions per episode, and then filling out the rest with the other stuff. Collecting Dragon Balls is another one. In the last intermission, in order to finish the stories, you had to resurrect a bunch of people, like a bunch of boss fights. I know for sure that at least one of the intermission stories for this one is the same way. But it may just be one. I'm not really sure. So, we'll be doing that. I actually collected, I think, 4 Dragon Balls yesterday. 4 out of the 7. So we're most of the way there. Okay, so this shoelace Still has gunk. What is this one? Boo. That one's done. Let's see it. That one's done. So all the shoelaces are done. All the shoelaces are done. Nice. So yeah, we're making our way through Dragon Ball. It's fine. It's fine. It's I won't say it's my favorite game to play. It's fine. I don't dislike it. It's just not really my style of game. I think it's very, very heavy into cutscenes, and which, you know, I guess that's normal for anime games. Not, I don't know. It's just not really my thing. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just I would not have picked it up and bought it at the store myself. This was done by request from one of our viewers, and you know, I'm not saying it's bad. It's fine. I'm enjoying it. It's just a little bit more on the kind of watch the game side than I usually enjoy. But it's fine. I don't hate it or anything. It's good. The story's not bad. Seems to be the story of Gohan. That's basically what it comes down to. Which I think that's true, right? Dragon Ball Z is really all about Gohan. Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball, was really all about Goku. More or less. I mean, you know, he had his friends and stuff. But the main character was Goku. In this one, I think it's more Gohan. I think, if I understand correctly, and I base this just on the, like, they do a little, almost like you would in a show, they do a preview of the next season when you finish the previous one. And it seems like there's a time jump that's about to happen, so Gohan might end up being a fair bit older in the next story than he is now. Which is cool. Bing. Come on, wooden. Oh, this wooden trim goes way over here. Lots of dinging. And then there's there's Immortals Phoenix Rising. Little laces have their own. All right. I was just commenting today as I was playing that game that it is somewhat possible I might not be smart enough to play that game, because it is sometimes defeating me in terms of trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do to get to stuff, especially in the vaults. I was again in a vault today and I could not figure out how to get to the chest, and that's the second time that's happened. Oh, boo. I'm not used to games defeating me like that. That's, yeah. Usually I can figure them out, but I don't know if it's one of those situations where it's not just that I can't do something because I'm not physically capable of doing it. I mean, that's one thing, right? If you know what you're supposed to do, but you're having trouble with the button presses or whatever, and I can't get it done. That's that's fine. But if you don't know what to do because there just doesn't seem to be anything to manipulate, it means you're missing something. Come here, you. That's a user error. So, and that's me in this game. It's very humbling. And the thing of it is, like I said in the recording, I don't want to get into a situation where I'm skipping stuff, and then at the end of the game I have 23 vaults that I have to go back into that I couldn't figure out the first time I was in them and have to do them all, 23 in a row. You got to do the hard stuff along with the easy stuff. Otherwise, you end up with a bunch of stuff at the end that you're going to be stuck on. But I just don't know what else to do with those vaults. Even in edit, I was looking, trying to figure out if I was missing something. I didn't see anything that I was missing. And they wrecked me. Can't get this close. I don't know. We'll see about the one I did today. See if I see anything in edit. No. Starting to worry about my ability to do that game. That's a tricky one. We're bouncing too close to the wall. Let's get off of there. Let's see. Okay, what am I stuck on? Hello. Can I put you here? Get over there. Not really. This though. But yeah, I did a main quest today. Which I also did last week, so we're advancing the main quest in that story. Got my first blessing, so that was good. Oh, that's the thing that happened. So I got a blessing, and the blessing description was that, if you run out of health, it regenerates. New job available. Doc, we found a mucky old thing in our garage. Let us know when you're free to come over and give it a wash. Okay, cool. So basically, if you run out of health, it'll bounce it back to 100% with a 20-minute cooldown. That's the description of the blessing, right? Well, here's the deal with that. We've had that blessing. I think that one glitched out on me because we've been using that. I've had that since the beginning of the game. I think. I'll have to go back to the footage, but I know I've had it for at least a couple of weeks. Because I commented on it. So I don't know what happened there. I think something glitched because it gave us a blessing that we already had, which I don't think we were supposed to have it. So not that it's a huge big deal because I think it went off 2 or 3 times in the entire couple of weeks that I had it, or time that I've had it. I'll have to see when it first showed up. But yeah, that was weird. I wasn't really sure what was going on there. How are we doing? Everything's looking good? Yeah, I'm fine. Okay. How's that wooden top looking? Not great. Let's go all the way around. So yeah, that was a little bit odd. But other than that, everything went fine. Like I said, we did that main mission. So we're clearing out the first area pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with how much we've gotten done on that. It's the Valley of Eternal Spring, I think it's called. I gotta get repositioned on this ladder. Ah. It's always not quite where I want it. Hang on, can I move this? Maybe. Yeah, it should be alright. Yeah, I say that. We might have to get out the scaffolding. Let's try that. Whee! Yeah, that should be alright. Okay, what am I stuck on? Come on. Okay, there we go. A little far away. But it'll do. It'll do, donkey. Yeah. Good. Calm down, man. Calm down. Mellow. Remember, this is a mellow game. So I'm starting to run into... As far as enemies in that game, there's not a whole lot of variety, but they've got them broken down into kind of categories. There's like your regular ones, which are not corrupted at all. And those have reached a point where they just leave me alone. They won't mess with me. Like, those are limited to animals, I think. So bears and stuff, if they're not a particular color, they're just bear colored, they won't mess with me. I'm either out-leveled them or they never mess with me at all. I'm not sure which. They'll threaten. Like they'll do the feet stomping thing, but they won't attack. Excuse me, sorry. Get some coffee. And then I think a level up from that. Now the game never tells you this, by the way. You just got to kind of figure it out. The level up from that is the red ones, where they're highlighted in red, kind of trim. Those will attack you, even if they're animals. But that's kind of the lowest level. I've pretty well gotten to a point with those guys that they're not too much of a threat. Like, the most dangerous thing I think I run into are the Minotaurs. And a red Minotaur, somewhat of a threat. You know, I still have to be careful around them. But like the Gorgons, no big deal. Red Gorgons are nothing. The red, like little soldier guys, no problem. Peach cake, even the ones with the shields. So yeah, generally speaking, the red ones, not a problem. Just really just the Minotaurs, I feel like have to be a little bit careful with those guys because they will. They're a little trickier, but like the Harpies, no big deal. But then a level above those are the blues, and I'm starting to run into blues. So they're a little bit trickier. Not super hard, but certainly they have more health points than the red ones. You gotta be a little careful. I don't think I've run into a blue Minotaur yet. I've run into blue Harpies, I've run into blue soldier guys, blue Gorgons for sure. But I don't think I've run into blue Minotaurs. Not quite sure. I may be wrong about that. Actually, you know what? I might be wrong about that. I think I might have run into a blue Minotaur this morning. because I was going after an epic chest. And I think he was guarding, or a guarded chest maybe? Maybe that's what it was. And he was there. Because I do remember having a pretty epic fight with a Minotaur. Did you get off? A pretty major fight with a Minotaur, and that might have been what that was. Come on, man. Get up on the ladder. I want to get on the ladder. On the right side, please, if you would. Thank you. Okay. Good. So, yeah. This wall is still not clean. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Because of this over here. Boo. And if I can move this closer. It's about there. I guess I can put the extension on this thing. There we go. That's fine. Ta-da! Tell you what. Let's put on a long extension. Get in here. I did run into what they're calling a wraith. Was it a wraith? It's connected to a wraiths anyway. It's not actually I think it wasn't actually. They send off. What they were saying was that wraiths will send shadows to attack you until you defeat the wraith. So apparently, I found my first wraith, and he sent his first shadow, so I had to take that out. Kind of a tricky fight. They are pretty powerful. So yeah, I'll have to take out the wraith, or try to take out the wraith anyway, sooner rather than later, so they don't keep attacking. Ding. One of these bloody windows. This time I'm like miles away from it. Yeah. Not actually seeing anything on this window. Can I jump over there? Not really, but oh, he's underneath. There you go. Which just leaves Lego to talk about. It went pretty well. No complaints. For the second week in a row, I was able to get all 10 of my canisters in the level that I was in without having to go back in and clean it up. So that's pretty good. I was nowhere near you, man. But sure. I think we have to take off the... Let's do a short extension. See how that works. There you go. Ding. This little eyelet's not done yet. It's on the other side. What? Okay. Okay. Well, you have chosen the way of death. Okay. Yeah, we did Lego this morning. I mean, it was fine. Got all the 10 cancers, like I said, out of the level that I did, which actually was the final Asajj Ventress level. So we're now done with we're done with the prologue. We're done with the first story. There's Asajj Ventress. And this is all in free play, mind you. As far as story modes go, we finished all the story modes. So we are now, in fact, we're just over 75% of the way done with that game. We'll be starting the second of the 3 stories, which is... what was that one called? I was just about to say Count Dooku, but I don't actually think it is. Can't remember what it was called. I remember that the second one had a lot of assault missions in it. So the first one has an assault mission as the final. That's the one I did today, as the final mission of the episode. And the second one has a bunch, and the third one doesn't have any, I don't think. So we're going to go into a lot of assault missions. But the fun thing about the assault missions... What was that? What? Where? See anything on this wall? Wise. Oh, no, you don't. That window box is not done. How dare you not be done? Where's this frame? Boy, I just skipped right over this, didn't I? There you go. Okay. Hey, look at that. We're at 60 or 76%. That's 60. Dyslexic much? I actually do not see anything on this wall. Why is it not? That is weird. That's a different wall than this one. There you go. Okay. All right, looking good. Looking good. I wonder if I can get up on the roof. Surely we could hop over. Probably against OSHA regulations, but it should be all right. Why are we moving so slow? I want you to run. Ah! That seemed a little bad. Okay, we'll do the roof. So, yeah, I mean, then after I did the level, I did an assault mission, which was one that I had trouble with before. The final one that I've actually tried to do before and couldn't do. And I did it with absolutely no problem. No problem whatsoever. So it really is very much a matter of learning the vehicles and which vehicles you have to use to destroy what kind of installations and stuff. It's, once you know that, they're quite easy, actually. I shouldn't say they're quite easy. They're easy enough to do. That time limit is the only thing that's tricky about them. Oh yeah, what I was saying, the fun thing about assault missions within the story structure is they don't have a time limit. So you can mess around all you want to. It's kind of fun. yeah. It's much less stressful. There goes that motorcycle. It is much less stressful to play those assault missions when there's no time limit. It's actually fun. I just get stressed when there's a time limit. I'm so sorry about all that. Charlie found my phone. It's all good. It's all good, Martha. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. So yeah, I mean, like I said, Lego's like 70 or just over 75% complete. That's another one. Well, let's see, what episode did I just do? I just recorded episode 22, and that's a 36 episode game. So I mean, it's not right around the corner or anything, but it's not super far away. What, 14 weeks? It's still quite a bit of time. It doesn't seem like it should be that much time because I'm cleaning stuff up now, basically. But it is still a lot of missions. So we got 2 stories, 6 missions each, that's 12, plus the 3 epilogue missions. That's 15 missions. I mean, you know, yeah, that's a lot. Especially if I want to do one a week. Although I think at some point I have to do a 2 mission episode week. And then like I said, I did an assault mission, which I was having trouble with before, and that went fine. This chimney's not done. What do you mean it's not done? I feel like it should be done. Oh, the top is not done. There you go. And then after that, I did a bounty hunter, which turned out to be kind of stressful. Those are also stressful because they have a time limit. Stupid time limits. I suppose it wouldn't be any challenge at all if there weren't a time limit, but yeah. The one I did was Anakin Skywalker, and he was a little tricky. It took me several tries. I mean, you know, you got to figure out where they are. And if you're just trying a lot of stuff, you're going to run out of time. But once you narrow it down, it's easy. Once I figured out where in general he was, I actually finished him with like 45 seconds left, which out of the 2 minutes I think they gave me. I did have to do a lot of manipulating of stuff to get over to him, which is a little stressful because you got to keep switching characters. Right, you got your whole list of like 6 or 8 bounty hunters. Each have different abilities, and you got to figure out where they are in your lineup and get the right one. And the whole time the counter's going down. It can be kind of stressful. But yeah, I found them eventually. It wasn't too bad. It took me like 4 tries. And like I said, they're only like a couple minutes apiece. So, no big deal. So yeah, and that was Lego, and made it through that. No worries at all. Roof is done. Hooray. Why am I moving so slowly? I guess he was just... I don't really know. Okay, let's put on a longer extension. There we go. Roof underside. Ball. What are we at now? We're at 86%. Okay. Pretty good. We can finish this today. It seems doable. think what I'm going to need is the ladder. Where did it go? I think it went somewhere I didn't mean for it to go. Ladder? What are you doing down here? Come with me, please. King. So I think I have decided upon a game that is going to replace the Saboteur. I am super, super excited to play it. I have never played it before in my life. But it should be super fun. I'm hoping you guys will enjoy it. A bit of an older game, but I mean, you know, so is the Saboteur. So. Well, you know what I should talk about is us going to 4K. Did I talk about this last time? I think I talked about it possibly happening, and it's still the case. It's still possibly going to happen. It really kind of depends on, you know, if it's technically feasible. I have all the equipment for it. My capture software does record in 4K. So it should be doable. We'll see. We'll see. You know, we have to deal with file sizes and what games support 4K and what games don't. Actually, a surprising number of them do. I checked into it a little bit, and even Lego supports 4K, which is, to me, wow. That's just got to be, I don't know what that is. It can't possibly be natively supported in 4K. It's just got to be, it's picking up the resolution of whatever your screen is set at, or whatever your screen is capable of, maybe, without really checking to see, yeah, whether, or if it's just crazy big. Because there's no way. I mean, that Lego game did not exist, or 4K did not exist before when that Lego game came out. So there's no way they natively did that. So it may cause problems. I don't know. Same thing for the Saboteur. The Saboteur will, I believe, go into 4K. I doubt that it's native. It's probably just upscaled, but you know, that's fine. I know there's people who are going to go, oh, upscaling. Well, you know, sure. What do you want me to do? If the game doesn't support it, it doesn't support it. It's not like I can go in and reprogram the game for you. So, you know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm pretty sure that Phoenix does support 4K natively. So does God of War. So does actually all the Xbox games will. Not the Xbox, sorry. The PlayStation 5 games will. I think. I mean, God of War should. And I would think that Dragon Ball would as well. So Lego and Saboteur, and then yeah, that's all of them, right? Immortals. Just looking at my list. Did I miss one? I think that's all of them. So we'll see. I think some of them will, most of them should natively support the resolution we're after. So we'll see. You know, there's also the whole thing about, you know, can my computer handle it? Can the recording software handle it? Because the recording software is going to have to record and play the game on the same system. I don't have separate systems for recording and playing. Wow. I think we need to change this. Let's change this to like a short. Being weird. I mean, I could set up a second system for that kind of thing. I prefer not to. I don't really have any space for a second system. And I really want to take my other one down. So, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, there's some technical stuff to figure out. But I am shooting for, I believe, the first week in December for you guys to see the first 4K videos. And the reason I'm shooting for that is because the week that I would record those videos, the weekend that I would record those videos, that week, you know, I can't get up here. Why not? Like the week after I record those videos, that week, I have that week off of work. That's Thanksgiving week. So Thursday and Friday are, well, sorry, that's Thanksgiving week in the United States. So Thursday and Friday are holidays for us. So I took off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's just, you know, vacation days. So if anything goes wrong with those recordings, which I fully expect I'm going to have to troubleshoot and tweak and mess around with them some, I have a week to do it and get it fixed and get those episodes recorded. I cannot hit this because this thing just will not go where I want it to go. That's probably why they provided a scaffolding for us, to be honest. So yeah, we should be using the scaffolding. This is not working. Get over here. Excuse me, stop that. So yeah, we'll see. I'm reasonably optimistic that it'll work. I don't see why it wouldn't. Other than like I said, the act of recording and playing the game in 4K at the same time, that might be asking for trouble. I don't really know. We'll see. Oh, come on. Sit down, sit down. Okay, this should be all right. There's that motorcycle again. Why is that wall still so bad? So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think there is a good possibility, gang, that there will be a disruption in videos in November at some point. I think I probably need to take a week off. I haven't done so in forever. So I'm probably gonna rest for a week. And just be mellow. Yeah, just kind of hang out. Goodness, okay, this is terrible. it's better. I just don't really like that scaffolding that much. Feels like it's too far away. That's pretty good. All right, other side. We're at 95% now. And this got to be the majority of it. So yeah, I feel like it's time for me to take a week off. It's been quite some time since I have. So, and I don't want to burn out. And I feel like that's kind of coming. I just need to take a week. That way, we can keep going, and it's no problem. %. This thing's getting problematic. Hang on. Let's go to the small one. %. The roof is done. Okay, that's done. Oh, roof underside. Oh, hang on. Go. I still don't have a list. Boo. What do you mean I don't have a list? It's still dirty. Still too much stuff. It's not clean. Something's not clean. Oh, I saw something just flash by. That's right. The door. Oh, the door. Okay. Okay, Mr. Door. Window frame's done. Okay, there we go. Boot walls, door frame, wooden trims ×3. Door frame. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, I see it. There we go. Door frame, boot walls. Boot walls. That one's good. That one's good. One of you is still showing as not good. Which of you is it? You. Ah, yeah, I see. The wooden trim. we go. Now it's just wooden trims. That could be tricky to find. There's like a lot of wooden trims. See anything flashing? Let me get up on the... I mean, I could use the thing to find them, I'm sure. Try to avoid that if I can. You're fine. You're fine. I might have to. I don't see any problems here. It doesn't have a descriptor. All right, well, fine. Let's figure it out. Something should be flashing. Really? I can't even see it flashing. I set it up, right? Okay, if I can't even see the thing flashing, then that's got to be tiny. Maybe one of these things underneath or something. Does that even count as a wooden trim? I'm so confused. There, you rat bastard. Okay, there's one. Oh, there it is. I see it. Hey! Hello, our forest home puts the grot into grotto. Haha, could you come and give it a spring clean, please? Okay, sure. Okay, let's open up the tablet. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Cool, cool. Clean the shoe house. Details. And, whoops. Let's see. You are a wonder. The play school looks beautiful. Beautiful. The children are so calm now. I can hear the birds of the forest again. The wind rustling through the leaves. Even my own heartbeat. I hope that's normal. Sure, sure. Well, there you go. Okay, guys. Well, I think we did some good work here. Let's drop back into our career. So we got a bunch of stuff in here. We got a car, skate park, and the forest cottage. So yeah, we'll probably do the skate park next because they were here first, and also give the most money. So yeah, I'll most likely go over there. Should be all right. We shall see. We shall see. But all right, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna call it. How long have we been going? Almost 2 hours. That's a pretty good episode. We did the shoe. There you go. Screenshot. So, okay, gang. Well, thanks for stopping by. Evra, thanks a lot. There goes that motorcycle again. I don't know if that's the same motorcycle going by every time or if it's different. There's the gnome. Hey, gnome. There's another one. Being infested by gnomes. Are there more? That's it, just the two. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, you guys. If you are watching this after the fact, on demand, and you have comments or questions, again, leave them in the description below or the comment section below. I will answer them next week. Happy to talk about whatever you guys want me to talk about. So other than that, if I don't have any topics, I will do the usual thing and we'll talk about my little Unreal Engine project, and then we'll get into the game and we'll talk about the game recordings that I did that week. So that'll be the plan. Yes. One other thing I meant to mention, I didn't do a schedule for this month and I'm probably not going to, because again, I'm going to take a week off. I just don't know quite when it is yet. So I can't really make a schedule because of that. So yeah, just so you guys know. All right, gang. Thanks for stopping by. I will see you all next week. Have a good rest of your weekend. Bye.